Good morning. So let's start with a bit of context. There are verbal practices and there are silent practices. Today we're going to do a silent practice. In the Buddhist tantric tradition, we often organize our meditations into three categories. Concentrations, for quieting the mind. Contemplations, forming the foundation for wisdom. And meditation, actually experiencing the wisdom of letting go. So I'm going to continue with the first category of concentrations. And we've been working on preliminary practices, such as chakra invocation. We've invoked chakras verbally using 3 syllables and using polysyllabic names of the chakras in Sanskrit and monosyllabic seed syllable mantras. We've done centering through distinctly tantric versions of alternate nostril breathing. Now we're going to start with the central channel yogas from the tradition known as Naropa's the 6 yogas of Naropa. This is the central channel yogas, also known as Chandali in Sanskrit, or Tummo in Tibetan. So let's start in with a very simple version. Just like in the last exercise, we're going to count our mala with our left ring finger. We're going to use our ring finger as a pulley that we're going to pull our mala over. Now this is not a race. It's not our job to see how long or how short it takes us. Be in harmony with your body's natural rhythms. This is very, very important. There are many ways to do this next exercise. We're going to do a method that is as easy as it is classic. So we're going to do reverse breathing. This is practiced both in Tantric Buddhism as well as Tantric Taoism. It's very simple. On the in-breath, we pull our tummy in, like the first time you're at the beach in high school. In-breath, you pull your tummy in. On the out-breath, you relax your tummy. Now, you're not trying to make yourself look like an anorexic model. It's very subtle. Like most things in Buddhism, it's a study in subtlety. So let's begin. The first exercise is a combination of both awareness and devotion. Devotion in that we're applying our teacher's instructions, and B, that we're invoking the Buddha of compassion. In this case, we're going to invoke the Buddha of compassion through use of his 3-syllable name, Chain Re Zig. Of course, we're going to do it silently. So in the in-breath, we're going to ask, where gut vam? And remember, the vam is this V-A-M is a 3-letter syllable we use to invoke the chakra. That's about a thumb's width before the spine and about 4 fingers width below the navel. You don't have to fret and strain trying to figure out the precise location. Your body already knows it. In fact, the less you engage your intellect, the more you just use your intellect to simply watch what your body does, the more effective it will be. It's always a mistake to think that we can outthink our body. That never works well. So let's go. So in the in-breath, it's where gut vam. On the out-breath, we're just going to silently mentally invoke Chain Re Zig. So, where gut vam, Chain Re Zig. Now let's make a minor adjustment. Orange vam, Chain Re Zig. Now, quick reminder, it's not our job to visualize perfectly. It's simply our job to mindfully recite the the 3 syllables, orange, vom, and let your mind do the rest. You'll probably imagine it. The question is whether you're consciously aware of visually imagining it. And here's the good news. You don't have to be. Whether you're aware of what's going on in your subconscious imagination or not, simply just be aware of the words you're saying mentally on the in-breath and the sensations you experience as you relax during the out-breath when you silently invoke Chandali Zig. So let's play with this right now. Orange vom, Chandali Zig. Now, we're going to do a subtle variation. And the difference between the first exercise and the second exercise was a variation on the in-breath. The difference between the second exercise and the third exercise is a variation on the out-breath. So on the third exercise, it's going to be orange vom, letting go. And here's a really neat thing about that. On every in-breath, whether we know it or not, we tighten up. And every out-breath, whether we feel it or not, we're letting go. So letting go of our breath, letting go of our tension, relaxing is already a natural process of every out-breath. By simply pasting the words letting go on the out-breath, we're just enhancing a natural process with our intention. So let's play with this now. Orange vom, letting go. Now we're ready to do another version of the third exercise. That's just the one syllable version of the third exercise. So in the in-breath it'll be vom. On the out-breath it'll be free, which is short for the phrase fly, be free, like you're releasing a bird or letting go of a bird. So vom, free. The intention's still the same. Notice on the in-breath, let go in the out-breath. Vom, free. And there you go. You may have experienced subtle bliss and the ability to both be aware of the bliss and let go of the bliss. Or you may have simply just done the exercise and feel a little bit more centered and a little bit more tranquil and a little bit more calm. Quick reminder, the last exercise, the alternate nostril breathing, and this exercise were done for 27 or 28 beads. Remember the classic Sutric mala, or Hindu mala, has 108 beads, whereas the classic Tantric mala has 111 beads. So what that means is, in addition to the 107 beads and the guru bead, this has 3 additional beads. 1, 2, 3. So that divides the mala up into 4 groups of 27 each, plus a big one. So if you start here and end here, that's 28. And that seems to be a classic practice taught in the tantric tradition, because if your eyes are closed, you can still feel the difference between a quarter bead and the standard bead. And so you know when you've reached the end of the quarter and it's time to change your technique, which can be a lot of fun and really reduces the burden, because just a quarter mala is less than 5 minutes. It's simple and easy to do. And here's the neat thing. If it's a challenge, take your time. If you can't do 4 minutes one day and 8 minutes the next day and 12 minutes the third day, that's okay. Just do 1 quarter mala until you begin to hunger for more. This is a gentle process. If you try to force it, it never ends well. I was once cautioned many years ago, when I had more enthusiasm than wisdom, that the journey to enlightenment is never completed as a sprint. It's completed as a stroll. So have fun. And if this intrigues you and you'd like to learn more, don't be shy. Sign up or register for the next series of weekly webinars. The information could be found in the link underneath this image. Until next we speak, may you and yours be happy and healthy. Om Mani Padme Hum. Bye-bye.